Estate Group show with myself, Curtis Pope, and of course the star of the show, Michele Cummins. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Curtis. You know, I do have a star. It's called the Michele Nicole.
That's right. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I have a star application or app on my phone, and I tried to find it yesterday. It's called Sky Guide, my app. And so I was looking at the stars. It was a little after midnight, and I was like, where is this Michele Nicole? I couldn't quite find it, but it's in the anyways, yes, I have a star. I'll show it to you later.
Well, hopefully it's still there. You wouldn't want to buy a star, get the rights to name a star and have it go supernova and disappear on you.
I know. That's what I was thinking yesterday. Well, where did my star go?
Because it takes, apparently long time for a star to, go to white dwarf and all that stuff, and then to supernova. I don't remember the order. Don't send me nasty letters or anything. High school was a long time ago, but the whole order a star goes in before it disappears.
Oh, don't you know it? Well, you know what? I need to watch some more Star Trek episodes to get my, constellations and my, all that.
There you go. Yeah. I do my, William Shatner, but nobody needs to hear that.
So, Curtis, the Popes, congratulations. Do you realize it's exactly your 1-year anniversary of your new home, of your new property?
Yeah, you know what? My wife said that to me yesterday. She's like, what's coming up? And I went, and I started rattling in my head. I'm like, what is, anniversary's in July. Her birthday's also in July. What am I forgetting? And then she looked at me and she went, I'll let you off the hook. We've been in the house for a year. I went, oh, okay.
Oh, good. Did it go by fast?
It went by really fast, but the first year in a new house always does, because you have to unpack, you have to figure out the best way to put the furniture in the living room, and you're moving furniture around for those first few months and things like that, and just getting a feel for the place. It definitely goes by fast. Yeah,
and the nice thing, isn't it fun when the first season of being in your new property, and it's like everything's new the first year, because you have to go through all the seasons to really understand how your property works.
Yeah, and the great thing is because we have that great view of the mountains behind us, and watching the seasons change there, out the window from, we got in there in the winter, and then watching spring come, and then summer, and then fall, and then we had all that snow this winter, so that the view was of this whole kind of beautiful, snowy, winterscape. It's been really cool.
And then we're supposed to go down to 0 degrees and maybe have a bit more snow this coming week, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, that we could see a little bit more of the white stuff on the ground. So, well, that's good news for you. That keeps Richard out in the yard shoveling that long driveway of yours.
Uh-huh. That's what we got, I think, the ATV for, the side-by-side. Get rid of it that way. This packed hard. Actually, we still have huge snow mound sides on the side of the field. That's still hard snow. Hasn't gone away yet. But hey, I also realized yesterday that the Groundhog Day is coming up February 2nd.
Yeah, I guess that is coming up. Yeah, it's one of those things that maybe it's just living in this part of the country because our weather doesn't change that much in the winter, really, compared to other parts of the country. I don't know. It's never been that big of a deal. Maybe it's just to me, or maybe it's just being in this area of the country. It's never that big deal like it is for other parts of North America.
I think it's kind of big for me just because I've always watched Groundhog Day, the movie, on Groundhog Day.
Well, you got to do that.
Yeah, it's like watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
That's, there's just certain, It's a Wonderful Life for Christmas, and there's just certain ones you have to watch. And so that's my excitement on Groundhog Day. And it's my sister-in-law's birthday.
There we go. And, of course, yeah, that's one of Bill Murray's finest performances. So,
yes. So coming up, and I wanted to mention, for mostly realtors, this is fantastic, this event coming up, but the general public, everyone. I'm a member of ARIA. It is Asian Real Estate Association of America. So I'm a member of it. And this year, 2022, is the year of the tiger. And Feng Shui is very serious in the business in Asian and South Asian cultures, but also obviously our area as well. And what is Feng Shui? So I have every year there's different aspects of it that you want to learn, and then there's the main points that you want to learn. And many moons ago, when I started doing staging for my listings, and I actually did the staging personally myself before I actually hired a professional stager. Yes, I did it. But I wanted to know what is Feng Shui, how can I attract buyers, and what's the best placement of furniture and this and that. So there's a lot that has to do with this, but there is a strong purpose on it. And what roles does Feng Shui play in real estate within different cultures? Well, there is a free Zoom event presented by ARIA Vancouver, the membership I'm part of, and it's on the bonus is that you can this event is replayed. So it is amazing. Once a year, I go to it. Usually, it's obviously where you're face to face, but they did it Zoom this year. So ARIA, in case there's realtors out there listening, ARIA Vancouver is honored to have international Feng Shui specialist and astrologer Dr. Jin He from Dubai to speak on Middle Eastern perspectives. And Lily Chung, a world-renowned expert in Chinese metaphysics from San Francisco, and our very own Jerry King, also a world-renowned Feng Shui and Four Pillars author and teacher from Vancouver, will be on this video. So you definitely want to be part of it and see it. If you want, you can contact me, or you can Google ARIA Vancouver and find the details. And so just wanted to mention that because it's good for realtors and for the general public. It's good information, good stuff. So, and I wanted to mention, for later on in the show, the second session, we're going to actually have some fun. Fun, Curtis.
There's no fun allowed on this show. Not on my watch.
Time to have some fun. And we're going to talk about the 10 cheapest places to live in BC.
I think that is an oxymoron. There are no cheap places in BC.
I think it's about high time we find some. So we've done some digging, and we've got the 10, and that will be after the break. But for now, I wanted to bring up something very timely, and it is about speculation and vacancy tax. So we've all received the letters in the mail, and what, though, if you own a strata? So if you own a strata that, let's say, doesn't allow rentals, and you're moving out, you don't want to sell it, you want to keep it, maybe you want to keep it for yourself for, when you maybe vacation, but you don't want to sell it, let's say, but you can't rent it. Well, what do you do? Because now your strata unit is not exempt anymore from the speculation and vacancy tax. It was last year, but no longer. So until now, strata owners who were not permitted to rent out units, they may have qualified for that exemption, but that changes this year. Strata owners should be aware of this because you may be required to pay this ugly speculation and vacancy tax if your property is unoccupied. Prior to the 2022 tax year, if a strata owner had a covenant or a bylaw preventing properties from being rented out, then they would qualify for that exemption. This only applied if the rental restriction was in place on or before October 16, 2018, mind you, and the owner also purchased the property before that date. For example, if a BC resident purchased a strata property prior to 2018, but under their strata bylaw, they are not allowed to rent it out, they will have qualified for the speculation vacancy tax exemption between 2018 and 2021, but they will have to pay the tax for 2022 if the unit remains unoccupied. So the vacancy tax, speculation vacancy tax, is an annual tax based on how owners use residential properties in major urban areas of BC. The annual tax rate is 2% of the assessed property value for properties owned by foreign owners and satellite families, and 0.5% for Canadian citizens or permanent residents. The minimum residency requirements to avoid the speculation vacancy tax are that the unit be occupied for 6 months, 180 days out of every year. So last month, the BC government released data on the speculation vacancy tax, and BC residents who are captured by the tax rose by 51% in the last year, while the number of non-BC residents captured by the tax fell by 24%. The objective for the vacancy tax was to discourage housing speculation and encourage people with vacant homes in BC to convert them to long-term rentals. So that was that. And quickly before we go to the break, that's it about speculation tax. You know, we bring up tax a lot because it's huge in real estate, as it is in all of our daily lives every single day. But I wanted to talk now quickly about, commodities, shipping, permits are driving up real estate prices. Home prices throughout the Lower Mainland, Greater Vancouver, Fraser Valley areas have steadily risen in decades, regardless of economic conditions or new taxes governments institute to curb market speculation. Commodity prices for things such as lumber and shipping costs are up, and places like Vancouver have raised building permit fees by up to 5%. On top of that, there's scarce labor. It's just been increasing, and it's been a challenge. And attracting labor has meant paying higher wages. Moreover, the Canadian Real Estate Association is expecting average home prices to increase this year, that's 2022, by up to 7.6%. Soaring shopping costs and other inflammatory forces reduce economic activity, which typically lowers rents and property prices, could also devaluate the Canadian dollar. Consequently, a lower Canadian dollar would mean that the value of hard assets such as real estate would rise. So don't wait to buy. Buy now. If you're wanting to put your money into something that's steady, true, will go up, and stay the test of time, it's a hard asset such like real estate. So that's my 2 cents on it.
And if that doesn't work, we're going to introduce the Cummins coin, Bitcoin, here next week. No, just kidding.
Hey, not a bad idea. Hey, John Lennon once said, don't sit on any good idea. If you have it today, run with it.
Okay, we'll start our Bitcoin operation on the side, on the sly here. We'll figure that out while we go to break here. So if people want more information about you and what you do as a realtor, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this. Group show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, Michele, you threatened that we were going to have fun this segment.
Oh, yeah. Hold on to your hat, hold on to your horses, and strap up those boots. We are on for a ride of fun times ahead.
All right. Well, I hope you're not over-promising here.
Well, it's the cheapest places to live in BC. If one thing is laughable, no.
Yeah.
It's fun to laugh, right? No, okay, I stretch it. Okay, so British Columbia, it's a very attractive place to live. I have chosen to live here. You've chosen to live here. Everyone who lives here has chosen to live here. Hopefully.
I didn't choose. I was born here. I just haven't been smart enough to leave.
Oh, because you realize it's so picturesque. I mean, beautiful British Columbia. That is our saying.
Well, you know what? And there is something to that. Sure, it's not cheap to live here. But you do a little bit of traveling around the country, and you're like, I really do live in the best part of the country. Why would I want to move?
Yeah, exactly. People that have properties all over the world love this area and call it their home because it's so scenic and there's so many opportunities. You can actually live a pretty fulfilling life here in BC. And so you'll see, spectacular mountain views everywhere you look practically. It's gorgeous. The cost of living in BC, though, that's it's pretty expensive, especially in major cities like Vancouver, where buying a house will cost you over $1 million. Fraser Valley, over $1 million. Going out to Chilliwack is now over $1 million. Agassiz, over $1 million. I mean, it's over $1 million. Okay, so do you want to live in BC, but are you on a tighter budget? We've got you covered here because we have the most affordable cities in British Columbia for 2022, 10 of them. Let me ask you this. Why do people move to BC, do you think?
Well, I think there's a number of reasons for that. Number one, we do have a quality of life here that I think is hard to beat, especially here in the Lower Mainland, where we have a lot milder weather than the rest of the country. But and just the ability to get out into into nature. We have that even in Vancouver. 20 minutes, you're on a mountain.
So true, exactly. The stunning nature views, the mild weather, the cultural diversity is so fun. That life is about humans and about human beings, and it's so neat to just learn. Of course, the actor in me loves studying people, and I love character, and people are that. And that's exactly what you said: the outdoor recreational activity, skiing, hiking, fishing, ATVing, motorcycling, mountain biking. Oh, there's just so much. But also the employment and investment opportunities. So good, amazing. And we actually have really low crime rates compared. We really do. And top-notch educational institutions, too. Oh, and the film industry, huge. I did a whole TV segment on that, part of that. But, okay, so let's get into the top 10 cheapest cities. Curtis, what do you think? What do you think is the cheapest, the number one on the list?
I don't want to be a jerk, and I don't want to make the joke because everybody picks on it, but I want to say Kamloops has to be on the list because nobody really wants to live in Kamloops.
Well, the first one is Smithers.
Okay, Smithers, okay.
Yes.
Smithers, interesting. I lived up north for a while, not too far from Smithers. Funny enough, never made it out there. But I do know that there was talk, or people wanted to make their ski hill into a more of a world-class resort. They wanted to compete with, Whistler and Sun Peaks and all these places. And I imagine if that ever happened, it wouldn't be one of the cheaper places to live.
No, it wouldn't. But that's a fabulous idea. Wow, that would bring a lot of visitors, a lot of people.
I never made it quite out there. I went fishing near it, and for whatever reason, thought I'll go to Smithers next time. Never actually made it to town, but I do hear it's a quite a quaint and pretty little city. I've never been there. You
know what? I haven't either. I know the little what they say about it is that it's known for its top-rated skiing facilities. As you mentioned, I think they are really gung-ho about making that a major thing, and excellent variety of recreational activities for all ages. And there's so much to see and explore in Smithers, and it's definitely a city for an adventurous person. I think of my youngest sister, so adventurous, and house prices in Smithers are extremely cheap compared to the rest of BC. An average only $330,000. And rent is also very cheap in Smithers and can cost you only $1,300 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Second, can you guess?
Vanderhoof.
No. Second on the list is Castlegar.
Castlegar, okay.
Yeah, so Castlegar. So if you love anything that has to do with the outdoors and art, Castlegar is the place for you. The average house price in Castlegar is around $400,000, which is very affordable, and rent in Castlegar is also affordable and averages $1,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment. The third on the list is Cranbrook.
Okay, so we're sticking in the Kootenays here. Okay.
Yeah, in the good old Kootenays. And it's known for its unique craftsmanship and outdoor activities. Cranbrook is a small and family-friendly town of just a little over 20,000 people situated in the Kootenays. As you mentioned, the average house price in Cranbrook is, again, very cheap. We like using that word right now. I just keep on thinking of a little bird going cheap, cheap. And it's around $400,000 for a house situated on a quarter acre. land. Rent is relatively affordable for the area with an average price of $1,600 for a 2-bedroom apartment. And number 4 on the list is Prince Rupert. Yeah, located northwest of Vancouver, Prince Rupert is known for its epic wildlife, grizzlies, orcas, bears, along with its job opportunities in the fishing industry. House prices are cheap and average $430,000. Rent is also affordable with an average price of $1,300 for a 2-bedroom apartment. And number 5 on the list is Vernon. Yep, located on the north side of Kelowna. Vernon is a family-friendly city with great job opportunities. And in Vernon, you can enjoy skiing, relaxing in a park with a picturesque view, and spending some family time at the beach. House prices in Vernon are affordable and average at $440,000. Rent in Vernon is also affordable and averages about $1,500. I just had clients, I just referred them to an amazing realtor in Vernon. And in fact, if anybody's wanting to move to any of these 10 cheap places to live in BC, call me. I will definitely have a good realtor for you. I will call and make sure they have time, and they'll help you, and they are good. I've spent many years really gaining good relationships and learning the realtors in the different areas because I have so many clients that move out of town, of course. So Vernon, that's great. Number 6 on the list is Prince George. So Prince George is suitable for outdoor lovers, skiing, golfing, trails for hiking and mountain biking. You name it, it's got it. House prices are affordable and average at around $450,000, and rent is also cheap, an average of $1,295 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
And I can tell you about Prince George, as I lived there for 7 years, and that market has come up quite a bit. When we bought our first house there in 2002, we bought it for under $100,000.
Wow.
And we sold it 2 years later for double what we paid for it.
Boom.
Yeah, so it really had a big jump in the early 2000s. They had a big jump in the prices up there because it was once very cheap to live there.
Okay, wait a second. How long do you live there again?
7 years.
7 years. Wow.
Yeah,
good old 7 years.
2000 to 2007, baby.
2007 is when I moved to Mission from Langley, and I paid $450,000 for my place, and it doubled too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, number 7. Talking about sevens, my property was on 7th Avenue, and you lived there 7 years, and now we're on number 7 for the cheapest places in BC, Valemount. I don't know this place personally.
Valemount is it's like kind of towards Alberta in the north. You know, up and up, sort of by Prince George, but not really, only subjectively.
Okay. Now, I have never had any clients move there. Everywhere else on this list, yes, but not there yet. So I'm looking for somebody who wants to move there. I'm out to go visit it. Oh, I love visiting places. Okay, so I love traveling. Maybe ride my motorcycle. So this town is recognized for its lovely thick snowfall, creating picturesque sceneries and excellent sledding opportunities. Sledding. They're mostly cottages and making the area very calm and serene. So it has very affordable housing. They say around $450,000 is the average price there. And you can rent a 2-bedroom apartment for less than $1,000, which is extremely cheap for BC. And talking about rent and less than $1,000, I have somebody, I'm listing a property this next week, and he is going to be looking for a place. He wants a place to rent anywhere from Mission to Hope, under $1,000. A single guy, really nice guy. And if anybody has a place for rent, please let me know so I can let him know. Anyways, I'm not a property manager. I am just the messenger there for that one and wanting to help him out. So number 8 on the list is somewhere local.
You lie. There's nothing local cheap.
We have a local on the list. And it is what's nothing's past. What do you say? You coined it last week?
Oh, if you're beyond hope, you're beyond hope.
It's Hope. Hope is situated less than 2 hours from Vancouver, and Hope is stunning. It's superb. It's where rich history, movies were made there, films. House prices are cheap, and an average $450,000. Rent is also affordable still at an average of $1,500 for a 2-bedroom. And then the 9th one on the list is Nelson. Oh, Nelson, also known as the Queen City. Nelson has exceptional skiing opportunities and stunning architecture dating back to the Silver Rush days. And it's where they filmed Roxanne. Remember that movie, comedy?
Yep.
Oh, love it. House prices are affordable in Nelson, an average $470,000, and rent in Nelson averages $1,500 for a 2-bedroom. And number 10 and final on our list is Penticton. Penticton is superb. It's a superb area of Kelowna, and it's known for its great year-round weather, golden beaches, and wineries. The average house price in Penticton is $500,000, which is a bit pricier than some other cities in BC, but much more affordable than Vancouver or Fraser Valley. And rent is very cheap at $1,700 for a 2-bedroom apartment. So there you have it. Those are the top 10 cheapest places in BC to live.
Yeah, no, it's interesting places on that list. Some places that make sense, and I'm to be quite honest, I'm a little surprised Penticton would be that price, because the whole Okanagan is usually not the cheapest place to live when it comes to buying a home. But it looks like Penticton is still affordable.
Yes, exactly. Good list. Hey, are we out of time?
We are getting there.
Okay, so I guess I have to. Maybe past something we can maybe bring it on another time, but new listings, because I have to talk about my new listings. So
absolutely.
Got one right now at 33107 Myrtle Avenue. We have an open house there today and tomorrow. Please stop by. Steph from my office is going to host it. It's between 1 and 4 p.m. She's fantastic. You will love this house. It's a rancher. It's 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. It's on a 4,000 adorable lot, 1980 built, and just almost 1,100 square foot house. So the price on it is $799,000, cheap. And we're going to look at any and all offers on February 1st at 6 p.m. So come through the open houses, schedule a private showing. That is the newest listing that's Cummins Real Estate Group. And it is a co-list, too, with Christine Allen out of my Remax Little Oak office in Mission. I have an announcement. Ledgeview Park Row Homes. 17 row homes in upscale East Abbotsford by the beautiful Ledgeview trails and across and a few steps away from Ledgeview Golf and Country Club. The pre-sale questionnaire, our survey, is going out the last day of this month. So if you want to get your hands on one of these row homes, then you have to be registered on our website at ledgeviewhomes.ca so you don't miss out. Surveys will say what units you want, price ranges you want, all that good stuff, because we are only releasing 9 of the 17 row homes, and we will release them mid-February. We will come out with prices mid-February, and we only have 9, and we've got hundreds of people registered for this beautiful, beautiful row home project. So 9 will be released. So be part of that. And coming in the next couple of weeks, keep an eye out. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom corner condo in Mission off of 2nd Avenue coming up, and they allow rentals in the building. You could walk across the street, you're downtown Mission. The West Coast Express is right there to bring you downtown to Vancouver. And we've got a pre-construction 2-bedroom plus den coming up in Wren and Raven. We just sold a 3-bedroom, and we just yesterday got announced that we are listing a 2-bedroom plus den in there. And then also a 2-plus bedroom module home with lake views in Ruskin Park off Wilson in Mission. That one's going to be coming up, so keep an eye out. And Curtis, you have our quote of the week.
I do have our quote of the week, and I think you'll like this one. It's a pretty simple one, but I think it's a good reminder now and then. And it's, if you let your head get too big, it'll break your neck. And that is from the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis Presley.
Of course. Oh my gosh, the King.
And it's some good advice to stay humble.
Yes, very good. And it's literally true and figuratively true.
Absolutely. All right. Well, if people want more information about your listings and what you do as a realtor, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
And join us again next week when we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.